Hello, hello. This is Miss Joan of Miss Jones Tarot on the Hill doing a reading for Aries for June 27th through July 31st. We're going to start with a general reading that'll cover Aries all the way through the month, and then we'll get specific from week to week. You'll want to check out my other videos for that. I've already programmed the cards, so I'm just going to lay them out and we'll get into this. I'll explain the style of reading that I do. And if you like it, great. And if you can hit the like button. Each card in these rows represents a week of the month. The next row represents what will be blocking you during this month, during this week of this month. And then we'll get into some solutions on the bottom. So this is, of course, the Morgan Greer Tarot. It's got nice imaging. I like that. These are our solutions as we come down to the bottom. And no, I don't read cards in reverse. It's just who I am and how I was raised. So let's just see. This is the first week, of course. And what we have is the Ace of Swords. So there will be the gift of power coming to us in the first week. Yes, I'm an Aries, so it's us. There's a gift of power, feeling in control of things and knowing that it's all for the good. Congratulations on that. What may be blocking us is our tools. For some reason, the tools that we are working with may or may not be in order or working to our best advantage. So I would want us to try and take care of that and pay attention to the details of getting things in order correctly. You know what I'm saying? Look for the right tool instead of messing around with the wrong tool. Yeah, we were going to go take this reading and get deeper in a minute. But the solution that I have here is the Five of Wands, and that speaks to rallying other supporters and people to help you and not try and do it all by yourself, okay? So that's pretty cool. Next week, that would be July 4th through the 10th. We're looking at the Seven of Cups. So you're going to have some choices and options coming up July 4th through the 7th or 10th. And we don't want you to get confused, but we will explain and understand that this is where you're at. You're going to have options. That's awesome. And the thing to keep an eye on, the thing that will be blocking you during that time, this particular week, is the Three of Wands. And the Three of Wands is talking about how you've actually got your head looking back a lot. And I want you to not look back so much, okay? I want you to remember to look forward. It's okay to remember the lessons from the past, but don't dwell on them so you can move forward, okay? Now, down here we're looking at our solution, which is, of course, the Five of Cups, where we're walking away from certain things from the past to refocus on the good things happening in the present, okay? Good. Now, July 11th through the 17th, we have the Four of Swords. And the Four of Swords is talking about the foundation and power, of course. Paying attention to how we use our power and how we fortify our power in this week, okay? So the power is coming back in this week. What's blocking us is the Fool. And the Fool is, of course, it speaks to the fact that we might be just blindly wandering around, not paying attention, or jumping into something without doing our homework first. And we really need ourselves to do the homework before we jump in, because that way we will be fortifying ourselves. Know our stuff before we get in. And of course, the Eight of Swords. We find ourselves feeling a little bit caught, a little bit blocked, shall we say? But the fact remains, if we just realize that with this card, I always love this card. She's all wrapped up in her ropes, but she's holding the ends in her hands and behind her back. So if she is to be free, she just needs to make a new decision. Okay, so you make a new decision, release yourself from your bindings, take off your blindfold, and claim your power. That's the lesson of this card. So let's keep that in mind during the week of July 11th through the 17th. Cool. We'll go deeper, not to worry. Now, July 18th through the 24th, we pulled the Tower. So, things are either falling apart or they're falling together. One of the two. So let's not freak out. Let's just be clear that things are on the move, okay? So, they will either turn out better than ever, or they will seem to be falling apart. Just brace yourself. It's going to be an interesting week. Something about your financial foundation will feel a little bit not great, but pay attention to it and give it its due, so that you can make sure you aren't overspending on anything and that you're taking care of yourself. Okay. Our solution for this week is the Hanged Man, and that tells me it's important to just not get hung up on all the little stuff in this particular week. Things will be happening, but it will feel a little funky, okay? Just hang in there, literally and figuratively, and we'll get to the other side. There will be more information coming. Now, the final week of July, 25th through the 31st, we pulled the Death card. Wow, fun. Good cards, right? Resurrection, as always, and growth upon letting something go. It's so important to just release whatever it is that's holding you back at this time, okay? If there's anything holding you back, let it go and get ready to move forward. Ta-da! Whatever your resistance is, it could be physical, it could be spiritual, it could be a relationship that's holding you back. It's really important that you approach that as that, and don't get lost, okay? And justice is what's blocking you from letting go of that, because there might be somebody or something working towards wanting to be something to be fair, right? And if you need everything to be fair in this week while you're doing this release, it's not going to be as simple as you think, okay? So it's important for you to pay attention to really letting go of something, so that, but knowing that it may not look or feel fair, which is unfortunate. But do hang in there and don't give up hope, because our solution here is, of course, talking about walking away. It's the old Eight of Cups, and it's about walking away from something that you cared about at one time that served you but may not serve you anymore. And so it's important that you're willing to walk away from it and move forward, okay? So that is the brief overview. Now I'm going to take these cards and set them aside. So that I can go in deeper and get more intensely involved with each week individually. So we'll take the first week right here, right? So we're back to June 27th through July 3rd, right? I'm going to pull up the Rider-Waite. We'll add more cards. I've already pre-programmed them for Aries for this period of time. So here we go, right? What's blocking us? What's blocking us? What's blocking us? More information. Actually, this is where we are. What's blocking us? What's our solution, right? Right. Okay, we're going deeper on all of those. And once again, the cards will not be in reverse. I don't do that. So, going deeper on where we are at the beginning of July, okay? So where we are is the gift of power. We talked about that. We also have finance and joy on our side. But for some reason, this finance is making us feel some stress. So the combination of power and money is causing us to have to dig deeper inside of ourselves to feel better, to feel our true selves. This is the strength card, of course, and that is telling us that in the first week, we may have finance and we may have power, but it's important for us to dig deep inside of ourselves as we proceed through the week to remember who we really are and pay attention to that as we go. Once again, we talked about what was blocking us, and we were talking about our tools, right? Well, the additional information on that is talking about, of course, the Fool and the Six of Swords. So we want to help. We want to help people. We want to use our tools to help people, and jumping in is where we're at. You know, we have to just get in there and get on with it. Can't be sitting around pussyfooting anymore. We have to handle it. Get going. And so there's been something going on where we weren't really doing it, but it's time to get going. All right. And the solution is talking about rallying a few friends, getting some people to help you get it to go, right? There will be information about finance, Page of Pentacles, so that's good. You'll have some more information about finances coming to you. And the Tower is here. Part of our solution is letting things fall apart, because not everything needs to stay together, okay? So in this particular place, the solution is allowing things to fall apart, because holy moly, holding everything together sometimes is the wrong answer, okay? So in review, we'll just talk about the fact that the first week from June 27th to July 3rd for Aries is all about standing in your power. Don't let your money freak you out, but stay strong, because inside you're having some issues with it, but it's okay. It's going to be okay. Get going, get moving. You can help people. You are blocked in that area, so you need to not be blocked anymore. Get on with it. Get busy helping people. Jump the heck in and use your tools. And finally, of course, don't hang on too tight. Sometimes things have to fall apart so they can fall back together. There will be more information about how to make money. Yay! And you might need help from friends. Don't be alarmed. It's a good idea to use your friends. Okay? On the next video, we'll talk about July 4th through the 10th for Aries.